The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are. It is week number 1. Cowboys Bucks Sunday night Players Lounge. Full house.
I'm gonna take a seat.
Full house.
It's a little hot in this mug. A little hot, man.
I feel good.
You feel good in this thing?
Okay.
So it's cooler than it was in Ibiza, huh?
Yeah, it's about the same. It's about how I felt on the beach.
Yeah, man. You know, the beach, you don't get that, you know what I mean, that sun on you, you know.
Players Lounge, you know the regular. He's beat Barry Church. Barry Church.
Just your average box safety, man. That's all I am out here, man.
My guy.
I never said that about you.
Just your average box safety,
I never said that about you. He is Heckma Harrison, the newest member of the show.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
What's up? Appreciate that.
Yeah. Day two. I mean, day 2 for me and you.
Yeah.
Day 1 for Danny McCray. Danny McCray is back.
What the reality superstar?
Traveling world.
He's booked
all over the world.
Hey, good old Rob McCray, man. That's what they call him.
We all can't take off vacations in the off season. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Since
I've been in this joint.
Broken
you know
bowl.
what I'm saying?
Louis out in California working for a month.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Denver.
Louis, well, you was in Spain too, matter of
He
fact.
went to
Both of
Spain
y'all
for
on that side of the
class.
boat.
That was an educational trip.
Man,
That was an
educational
trip. Hey, don't.
I like
come on,
that.
man. As much as you play golf
What you talking
everywhere
about?
except Dallas,
What you talking about, man? Look, man.
And Heckman, now we're going to have to do research on you now because I know y'all be on vacation.
Man, I don't never miss nothing.
Man,
I don't miss
perfect
nothing. I don't drop
I
nothing.
had class in Spain. I wasn't out there.
That's what they
I
say.
wasn't on no beaches. Laying up in no bikini, eat sushi, post some photos.
So
That wasn't me.
So you didn't do none of that?
No.
Come on, man.
All them pictures, I ain't see one classmate. All I see was Louis over there.
A pencil.
No satchel, no nothing, no bag.
I didn't see a backpacking in this
Ain't
picture.
none of them pictures. Yeah, what's this right here? Oh,
I travel light.
Yeah, you do.
Light. So I got pictures of classmates. I got some.
That's cap.
I just didn't post all of them. Getting around to it.
Yeah,
Like 3 months late. Almost
that way?
damn.
But I got an A for the class.
There you go.
It was a
Hey.
4-hour class too, so I got that A. I'm Newy Scruggs.
So the whole time, wait, hold on.
4 credit hours.
Yo, okay, all right. I thought you were on the class. You only spent 4 hours in that month.
You've been out of school for a while.
The dude got an A for going on vacation.
That's what he got going for me. That's it.
I mean, I don't know what you guys did Toledo, but 4 hours, 4 credit hour. That's how they count it
That's how
there.
they
So
get
I don't
it?
know how you guys.
Hey.
I don't know how you
Knock
guys
Toledo
do it.
education.
That max.
Don't mag it. Don't mag it.
So I just want to say, D-Mac, you are applying pressure to couples worldwide right now, man. You are setting the standard very high, brother.
Man, don't boost this man up. He ain't applying pressure to nobody.
No,
Man,
he
ain't
is.
doing nothing.
No, just let
the man speak.
I'm just saying you're
Hell nah.
applying pressure, man. You know, you're like the brother-in-law that, you know, gets a pool and a new Cadillac every 2 years. You know?
He is switching whips, though. Hey, don't let him fool you. Like, that boy got the bread. He's
That
like,
ain't what
you
he's
driving
saying.
now?
Oh, listen, all I know is
What, an elevated truck and
happy
Audi?
wife, happy life. That's what they say.
Better believe
Even
that.
though it's not true. But I'm going
is
to act
true.
like it is, okay?
Right on.
Listen, I know it's some guys out here that could be really, they have their wife happy as heck.
Yeah.
All right? And they not happy.
Yeah.
All
True
right?
indeed.
Could be.
These both things could be true. But yeah, I know they talking about my outfits. They talking about my wife
was
Kiki
colorful.
that I mentioned
It
on
was
the TV
colorful.
show. And that's okay.
You mentioned-
But you saw the abs.
She's a free space in bingo.
Yeah. It's 28 cast members. She the 29th. On
Oh, man, you ain't lying.
So
No
hey,
doubt.
Look, first off, I wish I could look good like you in the bathing suit, brother. I mean, you know, you look good, flexing out there. You know, you look good. You look good.
Eat my Wheaties, baby.
That's the only picture I saw. You know, he brought up the fact it was a matching base suit, not me. I didn't do that. I just was calm giving you props. That's all I was doing, man. That was just me. So before we dive into business here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos, I just left the locker room, so I talked to Jordan
Get that
Lewis.
Tostitos crunch in there.
We'll get that Jordan Lewis update there. You owe us money.
Yeah, I do. I do owe y'all a little bread, huh?
So speaking of props.
That man passing out money
I
today?
need some gas money.
Speaking of props,
I got it.
How you turn the 20s over like that?
that's the Cooper Rush 20. This is the Cooper
Rush
Rush 20.
Hey,
The Cooper Rush 20.
Hey, I'm telling you, I ain't gonna forget this in New York City. I ain't gonna forget this. Hold on.
So, so in case
Hey, there you go.
That's the Cooper Rush 20. Thank you.
Cooper Rush, right?
I just passed Boss Man Fat. I just passed
You
Kelvin
passed Boss
Joseph.
Man.
He's still here. He's still here. So I just
Y'all
saw
say,
him.
Hey, I pay my bets. All right, y'all got it on. I pay my bets, man.
Hello.
Yeah, I pay. I pay my bets. All right, yeah.
Oh man, crispy too.
That's crispy. That's crispy. That's crispy.
Let me explain it to Heckman
What
Harrison.
just
and everybody else.
happened?
Somebody exchange hands out here. Man.
We like to wager here on the show with each other.
Jeez.
And Church.
Hell no.
Let me make sure. What day
Bean pie, my brother.
What day did I write it down here? But Church made a bet with us.
Handy dandy notebook.
That yes, it is the handy dandy notebook that
More like a bookie.
that he bet us that Kelvin Joseph was gonna make the team.
Okay.
I
He was
did
gonna
do
get
that.
cut.
I did do that.
That didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So
I lost, man.
20 for that.
That is.
And then
I like
he
that.
bet us that Will Greer was going to take Cooper Rush out for the backup spot.
Oh, that was pressure right there. All the way down to the end. You
the
thought you
nitty-gritty. I thought I
had
had
it.
him.
He the only person who thought he had.
Maybe a better
Yeah.
performance in the last game,
This
but
is 2 years in a row he didn't bet against Cooper Rush and lost.
what's the other one?
Double G.
Garrett
Bet on your
Gilbert.
boy Double G last year. We didn't bet money, but you was bet. You put your.
Yeah, Double G should have been a better quarterback.
There you go. That's
Where,
cool.
where's he
Better
now? Where is
quarterback.
he now? He's somewhere. isn't he?
We acting like this franchise don't make mistakes.
I'm just saying.
Okay, all right.
So anyway, Heckman,
Looks like you made a mistake, player.
I did. Y'all won. Y'all got it. Y'all got
the
it.
man is never given to the
So
booster club
generous.
at Toledo.
No, I ain't
Never-
giving him
that's,
nothing.
That's $40 he could put to the but because that's all it costs.
$42. $42.
No, 40. You can say
Oh, it's 40 as well. It's $40.
$2 for postage.
It's a processing fee.
Right, processing fee. Yeah, it is a processing fee, but Barry's never done it before. So
Never done it, man.
So,
Never
but
done it.
anyway, so that was $80 he had to give up, which is golf money for him.
Yeah,
Right.
when you got
He's-
money like that.
He still got money.
You
He
ain't
still,
lying.
he
You
still
ain't
got a
lying.
bag of cash from Shad Khan
You
and
definitely
Jackson.
not lying about that. You
Okay.
ain't lying about that.
So
So he just letting y'all know that you ain't hurt nothing.
Yeah.
That's
damn
all
right.
that was.
You
He ain't
damn right.
hurt nothing.
His defense mechanism right there, because he like, man, I lost again.
Hell no.
There's more where that came from. We got more bets on
Hey,
the season.
and I'm
okay,
here with
we got
it.
more
I'm
bets
with it.
on the
I
season.
got enough to
No,
back
no,
it. I
actually,
got enough to back
not
it.
on the season because we can't do it. Okay, I took my gambling policy thing.
Yeah, he can't do
You
that.
bet no game. You too.
I can't do it either.
You work for a club.
I thought it was just you.
Nah,
I
you
can't
too.
do that. All right.
We'll
You
just
be
make-
Calvin Ridley out here.
We'll just
He
make
got quiet real quick.
make our predictions.
He
That's
got
all.
quiet
We'll just
real fast.
Make our predictions tomorrow. So everybody have your predictions for tomorrow, for the game and for the season.
I'm cool.
So make sure you're ready to roll tomorrow there. I just spoke to Jordan Lewis. So the locker room opened up here a little bit over 30 minutes, a little under 30 minutes ago. So, and are you good? So he practiced today. So he practiced a little bit more than he did on Monday. Still said it's a game time decision, but he feels like he can go. As former players, you tell me, how does that work? Is it you go to the coaches? Does Brett Brown say, hey, he can go? How does it work around here?
You got it, man.
Oh,
day back, baby.
He said he feel like he can go. He gonna go.
Okay.
All right. If Britt Brown's going to protect the player. All right. If it's an injury where he thinks he may get out there and he may harm himself or risk missing more games during the season, then he'll be held back. But if it's a light type of injury and he's communicating with Britt and he's saying, I feel good, I'm ready to go, and you don't hear anything come from the training room opposite of that, then he's gonna be fine. He'll be ready to play.
There you go. Well, you got it.
No, I mean I feel like if he's healthy, that's been the mantra of this staff. If a guy's healthy enough to go, he's gonna go. First game, he's got a lot of pressure on him, man. He got a lot of heat behind him too. So he has every incentive to get out there and give it a go.
And I'm gonna back that point right there because it's a long season. It's a long season, and we know if you're healthy and all that good stuff, you're gonna play. Brick Brown's gonna look after you and all that good stuff. But don't be a hero out there. Don't go out there if you feel it like you ain't gonna be close to maybe even 80%. You're dealing with a monster in that slot in Russell Gage.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a monster out there, and we all know you play in that nickel position. There's a lot of space, a lot of quick move, and all that stuff. If you can't go out there and feel like you can play to at least 80% of your capabilities, I wouldn't go out there. Because like you said, there's a lot of heat behind him. Rookie Deron Bland's been playing well. Yeah. You don't want to go out there and put on bad tape. Because what we know is, they know you're dealing with injuries, but once that tape's out there, they just gonna look at the tape and say, hey man, we're gonna start rotating you a little bit here and there. If you 100% go out there and do your thing, but don't be a hero, man. You got a long season ahead of you.
A lot of times what I've learned to pick up on is what people don't say. He said Deron Bland. You know what he didn't say? Kelvin Joseph.
Yeah, I don't think you're worried about that.
I mean, you think about that. This, last year's second round draft pick, and we're sitting around here talking about what was Bland, fifth
Fifth
for
round.
Fresno. And as a rookie, and that's and it's funny too. So when I was talking to Jordan Lewis, he talked about Bland. I was like, man, because I saw Boss Man Fat walk by. I'm like, he's just here because he was a second-round pick right now. But yeah, and then they were talking about it on the break. On the break, they were talking about Bland and praising Bland. It's like, oh yeah, Kelvin Joseph.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all though. I do not agree with y'all thinking that Jordan has pressure on him from Deron Bland to take his spot.
Why don't you?
I didn't say that.
The way that I see Jordan Lewis is how I felt about him. Once again, going back to Nolan, when we went into that season, I was saying, man, these guys are getting better under Chris Richard. They are getting better. This is going to be a good year for them. Got knocked back when Nolan came. All right? When Dan Quinn came, totally different guys. All right, so what you see from them in the regular season is how I really judge what I plan on them being this season. What we haven't seen is Bland playing the regular season.
Right.
What we do know is what Jordan Lewis can do when he's being coached by some capable guys and how productive he can be on the field. And until I see something opposite of that, I don't see no pressure at all. We just saw it with a guy like Will Greer and Cooper Rush. What do they value? Game tape. Game tape. What you do during the regular season. And I think we can all agree that Jordan Lewis had a good enough season this year not to be having to look over his shoulder and say, I got a guy that's coming for if I make a bad play.
So do you feel, Matt, both of y'all, do y'all feel he's comfortable enough to where if Bland does go out there and put out great tape, he shouldn't feel any pressure with it?
No, I don't think so. We know it goes an entire season. There are guys who can go out there and be a flash guy. Get out there in one game and they play well, and then all of a sudden guys start to see, okay, this is what this guy can do well. This is what he can't. Now we're going to scheme up a guy like Bland. He's a rookie. Let's play with his eyes. You can do that to a guy like Jordan Lewis because he has that type of experience to go through a full season. So I don't see that pressure, but it could be. But I don't see the same type of pressure. I actually have very high expectations for Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis.
Okay. No, I absolutely. I love the point that you're making, and I think it's really convincing. Other than when you look at Jordan Lewis over the years, his inconsistency at the position also echoes that he may not have that as sewn up as you think. And a guy like Deron Bland, a rookie, and as you guys know, this is, getting an opportunity and a guy that's like eager to get that opportunity if Jordan Lewis is hurt. You make a great point also. This is a long season. We know the guys are going to go down. You're going to need that guy anyway. And so getting him those reps in real games is going to be important for your rookie. They got to work him in anyway. Yep. He may have some type of special teams effect, but for Jordan Lewis right now, we're going to need him this season, no matter what. I'm not saying that Jordan Lewis is the odd man out at all. What I'm saying is you have a special player behind him that you can groom, get some reps. Why not do it and not risk a guy that you know you're going to need?
We have NFL Network on behind us here, and they've been clowning Michael Irvin. They've gone back over the years how Michael's been picking the Cowboys to make the Super Bowl. So
he's loyal.
They're like, 2007, 2015. So now they got Irvin up there. Is this the year the Cowboys finally return to the NFC Championship game? Oh, poor Michael.
It's tough out there, man. For the true Cowboys
being
fans.
Being a diehard loyal.
It's tough out there, man. It's tough.
It's tough.
It is hardcore, man.
It's that hope, man. It's that hope.
Yeah. That's that strategy they be using.
Oh, come on.
We hope it's gonna work.
Year 26 of the
We hope Tyler Smith gonna go out
Year 26 of playing hope.
Keep hope alive.
Did you see who he picked? Did you see who he picked for league MVP?
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah, I did. Kirk Cousins. With his whole chest.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins.
He see something we don't see. I mean, Kirk Cousins got another weapon.
Have I missed something the last 6 years?
They got a new coach, got more weapons out there. You got Jalen Reagor now, huh?
Mike like me when it comes to betting, man.
Okay.
Adam Thielen. I don't see MVP, but I know their offense is going to be legit.
They're going to put some numbers up.
Here's the thing about Irv. He's good entertainment. That's it. That's
what you want to watch. Yeah.
It's entertainment. I ain't listening. I ain't going to DraftKings with nothing Irv say. I go hear my app. Michael Irvin said, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm relying on it.
I'm just watching for entertainment. Hey, you go to barbershop people. Hey, well, Michael Irvin said, that kind of thing. But I ain't about to. Okay, Mike. Thanks. That's all. That's all.
Work, man.
Irv's great TV, man. He's absolutely fantastic television here. So that was the update, with Jordan Lewis. Just got that for him, and I talked to the rookie tight ends, Peyton Hendershot and Jake Ferguson. I asked him, "All right, how many tickets you had to get for this game?" And Henderson said, just 4, you know, my parents and my brothers. And then I asked the rookie, Ferguson. He said, nah, I get none. Nobody loves me.
He's from Ferguson. That's a Wisconsin kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And Henderson's from Indiana, 2 Big Ten guys. But the question I have is, how was the ticket request for you guys, especially when you get a season opener on Sunday Night Football? How many people had you handle? You're a Texas native, Danny.
Listen, first of all, don't fool yourself into thinking that rookies have that many tickets available to them. It still goes by tenure and who you are. All right, so when DeMarcus Ware want 30 and you want 5, he might get 30 and you might get 2. All right, so that's just how it goes. Ticket requests are always going to be crazy, especially for me because I am from right up the street in Houston. But my family knows that I was an undrafted free agent, and the tickets are still expensive. So none of them went crazy and asking me for them. So I never had to tell that many people no. Probably the most that I've ever had requested was probably like 8 to 10.
Yeah, and I was low on my end. I always had, maybe 2. The wifey and one of her friends came through because all my people was up in Pittsburgh, and so everything was always 2 for me. So I got it easy on the ticket request. Only time it went heavy is when we went up and played Pittsburgh. I had to do it twice, and the ticket requests they were kind of steep. But luckily I was a vet at that time, so I had a little lead pool. But overall for me it was pretty low. It was pretty low.
Heck, your wife works here. How's the ticket thing been for you?
Man, we on the say no policy about everything, man. We don't get involved in none of that, man. They know.
They know?
they know.
It's all right.
They know.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, no, we don't play that.
Here's how I tell people, man. They ask me. I said, yeah, sure. What's your credit card number?
And then he ain't gonna get no response after that.
Yo, you want to go to game? Sure. What's your credit card number? Let me see if they got something for you. They'll leave you alone after that.
Hey, let me tack on to this. The other ones that kind of irked me. You messaged me like 3 days before the game talking about, hey, can I put in you can't.
Because you were waiting for them to call you and request those tickets. That's just what you do.
But somebody did it, and this is how crazy the tickets are this year. There are no employee tickets available for like the first 6 weeks of the game, all sold out.
Yeah,
so somebody getting hit up for employee tickets. Somebody is fulfilling those requests because I tried to look for something for a guy to ask for the credit card number, and I'm looking and I had to send them the picture so they didn't think I was lying. I'm like, standing room only was like $175.
What?
$175 for the Bucks game. For standing room only.
I just talked to Scott Agolnick earlier. $175
to stand up.
Standing room only. Standing room. $175.
Well, you think about this though. The last time you may be able to see Tom Brady play live. If you live in Dallas and you're not thinking about traveling to go see all the Bucks games, it's here, and they're gonna maximize their profit on that thing.
But stand up,
for standing up, and you might not even have a spot.
I tell you, man, have you seen when they open the doors? Okay, so when they open those doors and you got the. I can say it. But when you got the standing room only, you got to run over there and go get it because it's first come first serve.
And it's just by the end zones, right? This ain't even like 50-yard line, so you can see both ends.
Bro, do you remember back in the day when the new Jordans would come out before you can get them on the Nike app and all that stuff? You had to go sit at the mall, and the line was longer. When they opened that door, you had to sprint to get to the gate at Foot Action. That's what it looked like.
No, I can't do it.
Okay, we got to take a break. All right, we're rolling right here. Got to take a break. Yeah, something made Heckma. Something the media made Heckma upset.
Uh-oh.
Yes, a former Super Bowl coach that made Heckma upset.
What are we talking about now?
It's on Heckma next. We are talking about right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. This is DallasCowboys.com radio.
I'm Jay Novacek, former tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Back in the day, I was the guy who always got the tough yards, and that's why I run with John Deere today. In fact, I have a John Deere 3025E tractor that can handle any yard work I need to do, even the tough yards way out back. So if you have 1 acre or 1,000, John Deere has the equipment that's just right for you. Visit a John Deere dealer today and run with us. We are the official tractor provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys?
Jack Black. Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2019.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Head to AT&T Stadium this Saturday, September 10th, to experience Rally Day, presented by SeatGeek. Get ready to cheer on your Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, ticket giveaways, games, inflatables, and more. Visit AT&TStadium.com/Rally Days for tickets and more information. This Players Lounge presented to you by Tostitos. He's back, Danny McCray.
He's back.
His second show with us. He's still riding with us. Heckman Harrison and the Toledo Rocket, Barry Church.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Player with a passport over that D-Mac.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hold on, wait. Heck, what's your middle name? Do it start with an H?
No.
I thought he was going to be able to call him Triple H. The game. I thought we had.
All right, man. Okay. See what I'm saying? I tried to get him man credit for the, you know what I'm talking about? He sneezed in, he sneaked me with that.
He's good for that.
I was trying to see if we was missing something. Are we missing
That's why I tried to tell you to stop it, because I know this man.
I'm here, Nui. I'm here. You got me yesterday. I see what he's doing.
When McCray's in the studio, it's like that old boxing. You protect yourself at all times.
I see that now. Wow.
You ain't right, bro.
I thought it was going to be a good one, bro. We had WrestleMania at the crib the other day. All right.
Water bottle Y'all got to
It's cold, bro. It's cold work.
It's a cold world out here, man. It's a cold world, man.
Welcome to the Players Lounge.
Let's do it. How you gonna play it with the players? Sound good.
All right. We always ask about topics here. Heckman wanted to go into Mike McCarthy.
I do.
Okay, look, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, I mean, I'm curious about not only the Dallas media, national media, and Mike McCarthy, and the disrespect of Mike McCarthy with this whole Sean Payton argument. I think they've started this way too early, and I see Sean Payton trolling him. If y'all didn't see the interview, it was on Kay Adams. Kay Adams up, something like that. And Sean Payton, he's talking about the matchup between Dallas and Tampa. And, bruh, he overdid it, all right? He overdid it like you just did. He overdid it. You know, put 2 on the 10. You didn't have to do all that. And then even Kay Adams like, wow, you're really prepared. You know, like, yeah, I know. You know, I'm auditioning for this. I just feel like, look, I haven't seen many coaches that have won Super Bowls that have to get the kind of venom that he's had since he's been here in Dallas. Coaching decisions, some of the in-game things that he's done, I think there are a lot of coaches around the league that deserve that. But for Mike McCarthy in his third year to be in a situation where, man, he's almost like blame duck. Look, if the season starts where, let's just say these first 2 he loses, man, it's going to be hot around here.
It is.
It's going to be hot, and it's going to be hot immediately. And so I really, my expectations from Mike, just going back 3 years before he got hired here, I looked at him as a blue-collar coach. I looked at him as the kind of coach that was leader of men. All of the teams that he's ever had, I've seen them just be tough. They've always, I mean, even with the quarterbacks that he's had, he's always put together a really solid roster. And so that's the way that I viewed him. But something about that changed in between the nachos and the beer at Jerry's house and when he came in. And now it's like they're almost trying to make this dude Hollywood or something that he's not. And I think he's trying to revert back to that. But the only way that he does it is by coming in this year and just wrecking shop. And I don't know what it's going to be for him to save himself this season in result-wise.
So you mad at Nui?
No, you're not mad at me.
Oh, okay. Right. 'Cause I mean, I didn't know nothing about my Sean P until Newey.
It's a lot of that sneak dissing going on, man.
But listen, the Mike McCarthy thing, just a short one is when he came in. Two guys on this podcast were drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah,
so it's not necessarily here because they were all in on Mike McCarthy. I'm talking about all the way up to almost the end of the season. All the way to the end of the season.
You know what backfired?
But when you look at a coach like Mike McCarthy, you have to realize that whatever coach comes in here is going to be carrying the failure of the last 26 years. Okay. Right? So it's not just them on Mike McCarthy. It's the expectation that comes with it when you say, okay, this guy won a Super Bowl. Now he's going to come in here and make a difference. They're expecting the team to look a lot different than it looked when JG was here and when Wade Phillips was here. And when you don't see that, it's like, oh, here we go, same old thing. Same old thing. So it's not necessarily, in my opinion, not necessarily just all him. It's just like, when we going to get a guy who – meets the expectation that you're looking for. You come in, you start off with Mike Nolan, he's handpicked, the defense looks horrible, your game management is a little questionable.
You make an adjustment immediately.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice.
No, I mean, you make the adjustment.
You ain't got no choice. But last year, I think it started to turn, and then you just had those issues with game management and then whatever decisions you were making and play calling, at a certain time. But I think he has an opportunity to get it better. Even if we lose the first two games, I think it depends on how we lose them. If you come out and you just look like a bad team, then yeah, it's going to be hell for Mike McCarthy. But if you competitive like you were last year against Tampa, I don't think you got that issue.
Well, let me ask you. I asked them to earlier this as well. If things are going awry with Mike McCarthy, do you see him taking over those reins of play calling? Like, if you're going to go down with the ship, are you going to go down swinging, or are you going to go down letting, Kellen Moore call your calls?
BC, I thought from the moment he was hired, that was what he was going to do.
That's what we thought. He was in the lab.
That was, I've always been used to seeing him with that big laminated sheet and calling plays in Green Bay. When it was decided that, Kellen was going to stay here, I thought that was the thing that kind of hamstrung him, in a sense. But I think whatever it is, however the decision is going to be made, I'm not a Mike McCarthy apologist. I'm just saying from first year to this year, he's made those strides. 12-5. Obviously, you didn't get it done in the playoffs the way that you needed to. But going into your third year with it, he's already in a situation where all around they're talking about this guy like your predecessor is on. He's coming. You're out of here. Sean Payton is waiting in the wing. And then even when Jerry was talking about Dan Quinn and on the offseason, I thought I was like, wow, man, as a head coach, how do you take that when the owner and general manager is talking about you in past tense?
Yeah. Well, you got to know your owner general manager is frustrated with you for some of the stuff that's going on, just based off some of the stuff he says. We need to be focused on correcting things during the season and not figuring out how we going to do it during the offseason. Like, this stuff has to be taken care of before it becomes a big issue. Like, that's a big thing. He's watching the same thing we watch when we watch, clock management.
Yeah.
We are watching the same things, and these are things that you don't expect. He probably didn't expect from a Super Bowl winning coach, because the things that come with a Super Bowl winning coach, when somebody says this guy won a Super Bowl, then everybody backs him because it's like he's been there.
Hackma,
what up?
I love the fact that you had that question that you wanted to raise in the show, because last week I asked that question to a Hall of Fame coach and a former Dallas Cowboy coach. And this was my exact question on NBC Sports in the call they had. I have the question. Mike McCarthy won 12 games last year, and already there's conversation that he may not be the coach next year. Maybe Sean Payton is there. Jerry addressed it in the first presser, and Mike tried to address it as well. How do you feel about having a coach who has this kind of success to deal with, but then has these types of questions? How do you go about doing your job and trying to coach a football team? This is what Tony Dungy said to my question. You can't worry about that. It's always going to be there, especially in Dallas. Dallas loves drama. It's going to happen. I coached in Tampa. We went to the playoffs 4 times, and I got fired. It happens. So you can't worry about it. You've got to go coach the team. And that's what Mike will do. I promise you, that's the last thing he's concerned about right now. So that's Tony Dungy. This is what Jason Garrett had to say. Agree. Focus on the task at hand. Focus on your team and how you can create an environment where they can be their best. That's really what you have to do in 32 NFL cities. It comes with the job. We used to say it comes with the dinner, particularly down there in Dallas. There's a lot of attention in that organization. I always felt like it was important as the head coach to be someone who is a steadying figure for everyone in the organization rather than get caught up in all the noise that was going on outside of it. Your players and coaches need to look to someone who can be a lighthouse for them. Every day, you're consistent. Show them the way, show them the direction. You give them structure. You give them a vision about where you want to go. I think you need to do that in all NFL cities. I think you need to do it particularly in Dallas, and I think Mike will do that. I'm betting on the Cowboys this year. I think they'll have a good football team.
No, I like that.
How we doing, guys?
CB, you ain't right.
So, and the fact that Nui is reading quotes from Jason Gear is, what is today?
I don't know. Is it
It's
April
late
Fool's?
lottery day.
Yeah, like, what is
It's late
going
lottery
on?
day.
What's going on,
This
man?
dude don't. Anything bad you can say about. You know what? Go ahead. He's gonna make sure he pinned it to Jason Gear.
Yeah, always.
Heckman, you ass.
You already had it. It was waiting in the wing. You're doing your thing. I like it. No, y'all just look. I had some questions for the media and the way that they are propping this man up and the way that they're saying that he's lame duck right now. I mean, I look at other coaches in the league that have made really bad decisions.
We're right there. That's why I asked it last week on the conference call. I was like, okay. And then when you said, I was like, oh, boom, I can bring it to the show. See, I'm always working, baby. I'm always working for the show. I'm always working for the show. Always working for the show.
I appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
We've got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about these wide receivers and the wide receiving core and the questions that come with it. With Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray, I'm Newey Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. And you still didn't bring no Tostitos in yet, Rook. You didn't bring the
Triple
Tostitos
H,
for the show,
man.
man.
I got us. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's the man upstairs. You gotta take it.
Come back from Spain with chips. That's my life.
I get it all.
DallasCowboys.com radio.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team. Get yours today in the Stadium Pro Shop or at Stetson.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
Right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS One score September 2019.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Dr. Pepper stacked from top to bottom as far as the eye can see. The phrase too good to be true comes to mind, yet there it is. A rich, delicious Dr. Pepper paradise. Wait, did that can of Dr. Pepper just open itself for you? They all are. As if to say, so nice to treat you. And even though it feels weird to talk to a can, you pick one up and say, it's so nice to be treated. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Back to the Players Lounge.
So top 5 defense, get this from.
I think we'll have to see how well we can communicate into that. But I think we have. I'm not a predictor of that. So, I see better than I hear. All right. So I'd rather show you what we can be, all right, than talk about it.
Dan Quinn. So we saved that. I mean, this is the beauty of producer Chris Bean. We saved that too. You got back here.
That's smart.
We say top 5?
Definitely.
Is that what I heard? That's what I heard?
Hey, man.
It's time.
You know what happened last year. You know what happened last year.
So
you set me up last year.
What you talking about?
But we're not doing that again.
What you talking about?
We're not doing that again because we need to go on. We need a different scale. Total yards, that's it. That's the only thing that matters.
My man said top 10
bro.
defense.
I know.
was there when
hey, man.
I was top 10 defense, right?
Listen, and I said we lost.
Okay,
But can we find another
you need
rate,
a matrix, another
what's
scale.
It, EVA, whatever all the other stuff is.
What would you like? Top 10 in yards?
Because you top 10 in third down percentage.
Takeaways.
You top 10 in you top 10 in everything.
He want to PFF it.
No, I'm just saying. But if you top 10 in 7 categories and then you give up a lot of yards, and all of a sudden you 25th,
but
it just don't.
That's not even your style. That's not even your style. You when you cake jump, you come all the way out.
No. But I'm not falling for the same thing this year though.
So
we might give
how
up
you want
yards.
it?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
How you want it?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. But I'm still
Just let
making
me
a
know
bet.
before week 1.
Still
Just let me
making a
know
bet.
before week
It's
1.
top 10, not top 5. Dan Quinn, he said he's better than here. Yeah, I'm top 10. I'm still going top 10.
So you saying top 10?
No numbers, no matrix, no nothing, just top 10.
I'm gonna go study. I'm gonna figure out what stat I want to use to see if y'all agree with it. Because it looks like y'all disagree.
Clarence Hill.
Oh, I disagree vehemently.
Clarence Hill's question was top 5 to Dan Quinn.
No, but this is the Players Lounge. We talk about top 10.
Okay, so you want to.
Yeah, because we were 20-something last year, so I think that's a pretty big jump from go to 20 to 10. I think that's a pretty big jump. So you were.
I like our defense. I like our defense this year. I think our defense can be the difference. I don't know about top 10.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But they don't need to be. They don't need to be top.
What about you, Newell?
They're gonna need to be top 10.
You ain't just gonna instigate this whole thing. What
Here's my concern. It's not about the defense. It's this offensive line. You got cats going 3 and out, and next thing you know,
right.
you got the defense.
That's football.
But that's my concern.
You're tired. You don't want. You got the worst situation.
You got them out here 30 minutes or so. I mean, that's my concern. I think this defense will be fine. But it's going to be like watching these TCU defenses before Gary Patterson got let go, where defense out here doing their job, and like you said, next thing you know, you
punt ready.
Right. I just got something to drink. I'm punt ready.
You just
already.
sat down to relax.
Right.
Punt team ready.
I disagree with that too. I'm actually more confident this year because of our offense. Last year, some teams ran up the yards on us when Trayvon Diggs had a tight back. We up by 20. They're like, yeah, we gonna put him out. We go against we play against Barkley come back against us running like Michael Vick. I'm just the tighter the games are, I think it's better for our defense to have to be motivated to play well in order to win the game. We get up by 20, I'm sitting there like, come on, dog.
We're gonna put something on.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So you think it's going to benefit us by having tighter games?
Oh,
as far as defense is concerned.
Listen, I think that the defense that we have now, playing for Dan Quinn, is ready to step up in those big-time situations. They ready to take their foot off the gas because Dan Quinn allows them to when you up by 21 points. And we saw that 4 or 5 times last year. We sitting there like, come on, man, are they back in the game? What Trayvon Diggs at? He on the sideline. He got tight back. And they come in the thing like, if this was a playoff game, he could have won. Nah, man, put them dudes in the game.
We gonna see. I think we'll be dominant against NFC East, but everywhere else, we gonna see.
I'm ready to make some money.
No, you be instigating. Well, I tell you, I see.
On it.
He put the battery in the bike. He's just whining.
Newey time is coming. Okay?
Don't let him fool you now. Don't let him fool you now. He just served up some. What was it? 2 sisters. He just served them up a little bit.
Yeah, he was 0-3 for a minute.
Maybe I start off slow.
We have the Brahma Bulls.
Yes. We got rid of those. He
did come out of them Brahma Bulls.
Yeah, man. Hey, on real talk though, I gotta give a shout out to Rock and the Brahma Bull stuff. You go to Dick's Sporting Goods in the Rock section. He got some nice little some upper body wear.
Some t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts and muscle shirts with the hoodies and all that stuff.
Some workout gear.
Oh yeah. But the shoes.
So you wearing the Brahma Bulls?
Yeah.
Like
TV show.
Going to dinner or something?
No. The TV show was Under Armour, so I had to wear. I had to wear Under Armour.
Oh yeah,
so I had to go shop and see what they had available, and I was like,
the workout gear is top 10. Workout gear is top 10, without a doubt.
I got a good little good white sweatshirt.
Okay.
From The Rock. It was 50% off at the outlet.
Hey man,
in Camarillo, the outlet mall training camp. But
while you was working. shopping at the outlet.
Yeah, it was all after hours.
He was working.
It was after when I was leaving the hotel at 9 o'clock. It was done at 5, so I still have 2 hours left.
That's some me time.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but they shamed me for wearing the rock shoes. So I threw the Project Rocks away. I gave them to Goodwill. And when I was at the outlet mall, because of these Negroes, I went out and bought. I said, man, I'm gonna make sure I buy some Nikes. So they didn't leave me alone.
Boy was at Game 7 with them things laced up.
Sir, he came in. We didn't even know that Rock had shoes. He was like, man, you got to use some of them rocks.
He was hyping up the Rock. Oh, you know how the Brahma bull on the tongue. But I'm like, what's them?
If you smell, no, that ain't it.
There's a project. You have the project, the Fairs Pair, the prototypes.
I'll say this: when I bought my sweatshirt at the Under Armour because it was 50% off.
You got it.
I was like, the Rock shoes 50%. Oh yeah, 50% off. I was like, I ain't gonna do it.
You ain't touch them skills. Don't let them do you like that, man. You rock your own swag, Newey. Don't let nobody. Come on, man.
Yeah, that thing's.
Yeah, don't be worried about what other people think.
Yeah,
Be like McCarthy.
So
Don't worry about it.
there was 2
Block
places.
out the noise.
So I didn't buy any Rock shoes, and then I didn't buy any New Balance. Because a bunch of the guys in the media wear New Balance shoes, and so people call them grandpa shoes. So like, I ain't gonna
New Balance coming back a little bit.
But you got to have some swag with it, though. Like, the media guys probably don't be.
Things probably laced.
Did y'all take pictures of these Brahma Bulls?
Like I said, so I stay away from the New Balance.
That's
Stay
them-
away from the Rock. I just
Them
got
Hallelujah Amen 3000.
Oh, they wasn't good.
They was
Pass the plates.
See kind of hazing you get on this show.
They was the OG hot tops.
I'm right at that.
Them things was up there.
You will get hazed right here on the Players Lounge. Heck, Harris.
Shout out to
got
him
it.
for taking the chance, though, man. It was brave.
Yeah, it was outside the box.
He thought he was on to something. Yeah, the rocks.
Y'all see these Brahma? We see them.
Do you? Go on, Newey. What you got, man? You got something for the wide receivers, man.
Yeah, let's talk about these wideouts, man.
Let me get this read in here. This November, the only thing hotter than the Dallas Cowboys will be 30,000 pounds of brisket, chicken, pulled pork, and ribs smoking at the Q Barbecue Fest presented by Miller Lite. Come on out to the Miller Lite Lighthouse. That's at AT&T Stadium November 4th through the 6th to taste barbecue from the finest pitmasters. Get your tickets at SeatGeek.com. I will be interested to see maybe if they can get Tony Pollard's family to come out there because they have a big-time restaurant called Pollard's Barbecue down there in Memphis.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're interested in that. Okay, we got 3 minutes here before it left in the show. We didn't get the wide receivers. You want to save that till tomorrow because we're here all week. We can say, let's say that. Because I want to be able to get into it more. Okay. Because on the Media Mash yesterday, Patrick Walker,
voice of the star, huh?
predicted Dennis Houston would have 4 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, so he getting big gains.
Yes.
He's saying Dennis Houston getting big gains.
Yeah, I see that, though, minus the touchdown. But what we talking about tomorrow?
4 for 70?
Yes. So, and then Clarence Hill was like, no, don't see it. But anyway, we'll dive into that tomorrow. And, who are some predictions we may need to go ahead and get into. Also, Dak Prescott. I want to dive into Dak tomorrow and just the rushing attempts here. When he runs the ball 5+ times, it's an overwhelming record for the Cowboys. And obviously last year he didn't run.
Couldn't.
We talking about designed or scrambled?
But just both.
Okay.
Period.
Both, really. Last year was out of the question. And so we have talked to Dak and all, about, hey, this year, you okay? Can you get back here? Let's pull up that one number that I had on Dak.
You see the connection? Because Zeke got this. He got a hell of a stat when he get 20 rushes.
Like a buzz. It's something ridiculous.
Cowboys 19-6 when Dak has at least 5 rushing attempts in a game, which means he's keeping the defenses off balance and he's using his leg to make plays. So there's something there. Now, the thing with Zeke, you're right on. I've got it in my notes. I'll pull that one out. We can get into that tomorrow. But, yes, it's basically when the Cowboys run the football,
they're a better
win.
team. Yeah.
And when they run the football at home, they win.
And when they don't?
There's a formula. There's a formula. How about that?
Run the ball, play defense.
I mean, if somebody drop these notes off to the guy who called the play.
Okay, more.
See, that's so old school, D-Mac. Now, people, when you start saying stuff like that, you age yourself immediately. That's old school, man. When was the last time that any team won a Super Bowl by doing those 2 things that you just said right there?
What'd you say?
Run the ball, and play defense.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got teams out there who have been consistently good that run the ball and play defense.
Absolutely.
A la Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, that whole division.
Run the ball. Play defense. You look at Seattle. They had defense. Russell Wilson made big plays when he had to, but they were running the ball. Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson.
Except in the Super Bowl when it mattered the most.
Yeah, he's run the ball.
Let Russ cook. They started letting Russ cook, and then
the one time they should have ran the ball and stuck to their guns, they didn't, and then they threw an interception.
Yeah.
What y'all doing tonight?
Watching the challenge.
Okay, just check.
Yeah, what you mean, y'all?
What are you talking about?
Just check.
Ain't nothing else on. Ain't nothing else on but the challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He like, what's the challenge?
Yeah.
Is this a new show, new sponsor?
All right, gentlemen. Yes, we have. I'll be watching the show with Tostitos and dip. Yes, I will. Gentlemen, we have to go because the media,
Danny doesn't come in tomorrow, we know why.
You right about that?
The media match starts at 3 o'clock, so we need to get that podcast going. Then it's Girls Talk, Boys Talk at 4 o'clock, so we have to vacate the studio. So, gentlemen, thank you very much, Barry Church. Thank you for the cash.
Appreciate you,
Heckma
man.
Harrison.
No doubt, I got
Keep up alive, brother.
I was glad to answer your question. Danny McCarthy, just so good to see you, brother. That's all.
Yeah, he's rarely here.
Good to see you, man.
Why they do you?
Man, he's about to be a guest on the show. Man,
He just came to collect his fatty and he's done.
Only reason ain't nothing more important.
Bring them chips tomorrow, Danny. Bring them chips tomorrow.
We ain't gonna see him till next week sometime.
I'm Louis Scruggs, and we're out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!